'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You gonna continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know, I do have to give you a brief disclaimer, right? So I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind. I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you won't get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, as you already know, my voice is too raspy, chosen ones, to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, before we get started, as always, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribe, your gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. Because I don't always get to pause in the middle of my message to relay or say that to you. Also, for those of you who have to pop in and out, I understand as well. I'll post this on YouTube for you, okay? Now, chosen ones, because we are getting closer to the timeline that TikTok may have ran its season, I would recommend just following or subscribing to my YouTube just so that you'll be able to see, because we're going to end up gravitating more over there, as well as pushing our purpose on other platforms. So not only just pertaining to myself, but other people as well, people that you like what they do, you like their music, you like their point of view. This will be the time to as far as follow them on other platforms, so push their purpose on other platforms, okay? Now let's get started. Chosen ones, now listen, I understand right now you may be feeling a fluctuation of feelings. And I say that, chosen ones, because you have to realize what is currently happening right now, all right? So up until this point, as we stated, now, we know that typically the new year doesn't start until springtime. However, we had to say that 2025, certain things was going to be different, right? 2025 is the year, the 9, which is all about that's self-development. That's everything that you wanted for you to finally be presenting itself, you aligning with. So we discussed before, chosen ones. Now stay with me. 2020, when that pandemic hit, right? That's when you had to be face to face with the decisions that you made. So 2022 brought clarity, correct? That's when you started to see, because again, you was forced to sit with the decisions that you made. So the people that you were with around that time, or the people that you barely seen and was cool with them because you barely seen them, you were forced to be around them. So you started to see certain qualities that you may have ignored previously, right? So when you were stuck in the house, you also seen certain people's real ways as well. So when they were going through struggles, when they were going through stress, you seen what type of person that they presented, right? So this is not only just people you were romantically connected with, but also job decisions too. This was a time where things were needed and they may not have cared for you. They may not have shown that they were there for you, whatever the case may be. So then 2021 came, right? So God gave you the opportunity to start to remove those things. So he allowed you to see things clearly for 2020. And then 2021, he gave you the opportunity, okay, but what are you going to do about those things? So this is when certain friendships were ending, certain connections were ending, certain job positions, you seen the truth about them and no longer was interested. People that you seen that, again, when you were going through certain things, how they reacted or how they were, you seen the truth about them. Now, again, 2021, you had the opportunity to remove these things. That was getting plucked from you. So 2022, the things that you refused to remove because you may not have believed it at that time, God could have intuitively told you what individuals were intending to do towards towards you, or what was coming towards you, but you may not have believed it. You may have been the type that you had to see things physically in order for you to believe it, correct? So 2022, those individuals got presented the opportunity to walk away from you. So everything God showed you in 2021, like, nah, this person isn't really for you. This is selfish minded. This is arrogant. This is evil, whatever the case may be. If you didn't remove those things from you, 2022, they got presented the same opportunity to remove themselves from you, right? So that fluctuated and that continued over to 2023. So in 2023, now stay with me because everything's about to make sense, I promise you. So 2023, chosen ones, the things that you refused to sit there and remove from you, it still started to get purged in a sense. It still started to slowly but surely start to remove themselves. So the things that you did not remove in 2021, 2022, they started to remove themselves from you. But the things that you refused to carried over to 2023, right? So then you had to sit with those decisions. You had to see exactly what the consequences were for not listening. Now, 2024 came around, chosen ones, and you decided that certain things you were no longer willing to accept. So this was you having to sit in 2023 with the decisions that you refused to do or the decisions that you made for you. So this would be the person that you entertained or the decision that you didn't entertain that God told you that you needed to do. So you had to sit with those things in 2023, right? So you refusing to remove yourself from that person or them refusing to remove themselves from you. You refusing to remove yourself from that friendship, that job, whatever the case may be at that point. Thank you so much, babies. 2023, you had to sit with those decisions. Now 2024 came. You decided you're not dealing with certain things no more. You started to see the truth about them because some things you were not seeing clearly because you were in the middle of the action. You were in the middle of the manifestation. So certain things seemed so stressful. It seemed so, it wasn't clear because you were in an illusion. Some people, chosen ones, was doing spiritual attacks towards you. Other people, you didn't realize how energy worked on behalf of you. You didn't know certain things. So 2024, you're finally like, you know what? I seen what I needed to see. Certain things that you were holding on to, I told you right before 2025 came. So this was like the last few days of December that you were going to see a major difference. You had to come up with a decision. So self-realizations occurred. So not only did you see how people treated you, what you no longer wanted for you, but you also took accountability for the actions that you may have did to put you in the situations as well. Also, the times that you could have been just like this person was towards you to somebody else, right? So you started to have certain realizations at the end of 2024. Now, I say this because this brings us into the current time. Right now, you're feeling so many fluctuations of feelings. Some of you are feeling sad. Some of you feeling mad. Some of you are feeling nervous. Some of you are scared to take this risk. And I want to explain to you what's occurring, chosen ones. There's certain individuals that at the last of 2024, I'm talking about the last week, the last 2 weeks. Some of you, it was the last second, the last day. Certain things became clear. So you asked God for confirmations. You could have had two choices and decisions as far as people you were going to choose. You may have had two forms of direction on whether or not what you was going to do. Go in this direction or go in the next, right? Now, while you was in that decision process, you asked God for certain things to get presented. So this could be you asking God, all right, God, you wanted your divine person to get presented by the end of the year. You wanted to know exactly who you should go with, who you should invest in, or what you should be doing. And the answer of your question got presented. See, some of you may not have seen it clearly because it wasn't what you expected it to be. See, you could have asked for your true divine person to get presented and certain truths in reality may have came out about a few things. So this would be, chosen ones, you making a decision or somebody having a decision to make about you on which person they was going to choose, and then clarity came and you seen the truth about that person during that time period. So again, this would be a lot of endings that were occurring, right? There's certain people right now, chosen ones, that they didn't realize that they wasn't chosen or that they were not selected or that they were not going to this next stage of phase with you or the people that you're connected to until the last moment. So this would be like people who are out here. Let me turn the heat down a little bit. This would be like people who are out here trying out for certain teams, or they're out here a part of a certain job. Some people right now are starting to realize that their badge has gotten deactivated. So they could have went into thinking that this new year they was going to be with the person that they was with during that last part of the year, and it wasn't. So some people are starting to realize that their badge has gotten deactivated, that they did not get selected, and they're mad. So these are people that played around the whole time. So when you were attempting to get to know them, they took their time. They showed uninterest. They didn't heal themselves from certain things that they were going through. They still were being toxic in the way that they was talking to you or displaying things to you. These were people that had uncertainty with them. And you could have felt like you were going to choose that person because you felt like you missed your opportunity with another person. The whole time, no, chosen ones, everything happens in divine timing. So I say this because there's some people that you decided that you're not going to be connected to during this new year, or that you're no longer going to allow yourself to be open or vulnerable to this person anymore. And then guess what? Now they started to realize that their badge is deactivated, so they're going to act the ass. So I say be mindful, because there's certain things that you're feeling right now that do not belong to you. It's certain people projecting on you because they got bad news, and I'll explain it. So there's some of you that somebody had to make a choice. So this could be you having to make a decision between two partners, or this is a partner or a person having to make a decision about you. Now I say that you're going to be feeling the other person who didn't get selected's feelings because they're projecting energy on you. So there's some of you that was getting spiritually attacked. So this is somebody that seen how someone treated you, seen how somebody really wanted to be with you, but during that time period, there could have been certain karmic lessons that had to be learned. So they may have entertained somebody else. That person that they were entertaining, chosen ones, they could have felt like they could had the opportunity to destiny swap with you. They felt like, well, since so-and-so's not talking to you, they could try to portray themselves as you to get that individual to take certain risks or take certain chances with them. So there again are certain karmic people that was doing magic on you. Thank you, babies, because they were doing magic on the person that really loved you, and they wanted to stop it from coming into fruition. So they did love spells on that person to keep them restricted, had Jezebel spirits on them to try to have less choose them, also had fears. They may have persuaded that person that you would never give them an opportunity again. Certain insecurities that they instilled with them, right, to keep them stuck with them. Now I say this, chosen ones, because in due time, when that person vibrates high or starts to change their vibration, things come into clarity, right? So there's some people that have ruled out and felt like they've ruined the opportunity for you to be with the person that you're supposed to be with. Because when you were connected to them, they could have had, again, karmic ways. You could have had karmic ways, whatever the case may be. So there's certain people that bet on or were banking on that person not getting it together for you. This person may have banked on that this person was putting some work on for putting some work in for them, but really it was to present themselves in a different light so that they can get back with you. You understand? Or get to you, whatever the case may be. So there's certain karmics that are mad right now. And I say be mindful of certain readings that you get, like tarot card readings, where it's not them specifically talking to you, but a group. So even pertaining to like right now, there's some of you that are in different areas or different processes, right? So if you want to know as far as you specifically, of course, come to me, book your reading, and I'll be able to tell you like, nah, this is the case, this is pertaining to you. But there's some of you that's watching certain tarot card readers or readings that you're hearing certain things and thinking feeling a certain type of way, when really that person that is mad or upset, they're so much in your energy because they know that they've been left behind, or they know that they're not going to get selected, or they know they can't go into next stage of phase with you. So they're going to come out strong in your readings where you're not even going to hear things about you. You're going to hear, or you may be confused if they're talking about you. So it's good to know, one, your chart, chosen ones, because you have various signs in your chart. You could have fire signs, earth signs, air signs, water signs. You could have various signs in your chart. So you could initially be hearing from this perspective, thinking that they're saying that the person is choosing the other person over you, or you feel like things is going to come. You have to know you so that you know what's true for you, right? So if you know that you're not out here doing no black magic, you know that you're not out here lying, you didn't do no cheating, you didn't do no scheming, and you hear about it pertaining to like a overall collective reading, you have to know, chosen ones, that that's the other person sometimes that they've been trying to cloak themselves in your energy. So this is sometimes a karmic who tries to come across like they are divine feminine, come across like they are divine masculine, when they're really not. They were masking themselves. So they're going to come out or try to portray themselves as you in the reading to try to persuade you that they are you. So you start to speak that things on you too. So you could hear a reading like, oh, well, the person selected the other person. You're not even realizing you got that same sign in your chart, or that other person was trying to have that illusion come on you so that you would give up, and you start to speak that on you too. So then therefore you didn't miss out on the opportunity that was presented to you. So you have to know you, okay? Be mindful. Now, with me saying this, there are karmics that black magic is backfiring. So they had their person, or the person that you will be divinely connected to, they had them back and forth with a cycle, settling for things that they typically wouldn't do. So a lot of the people that your person is disconnecting from, or some of you are disconnected from, they're about to show their asses, chosen ones. That's why I say be mindful of your energy right now, because they are trying to spiritually attack you, because they see that this person is growing and showing changes because they have access back to you, or have access towards you, or want to. They're seeing that this person is no longer available to them like they once were, and God did that deliberately. So this is for an example. If your person that you was connected to, I say your person because you guys may not have had a title, or you guys may, you understand, when y'all separate ways, but that still is your divine person, because God is moving things back together, right? But I say this because they may have had a decision on who they had to choose. So this would be like getting caught in between partners and having that opportunity where you have to choose which one you're going to do for you. The person that this person or the next person. And some of you chosen ones, you have to realize that, again, when you're getting readings, unless you're specifically going to that person to get a reading on you, if you're reading it as, or using it as like a collective where everybody is associated to it, you need to get specifics if you're confused. Okay, so again, either that's through myself, or you going through to that reader and getting specific readings to them as well. But make sure that you trust them intuitively. God gives you the cosign that you can trust that person. And I say this, chosen ones, because there's certain people that, again, are projecting energy. They're going to try to have you confused. Also, these are people that, again, spiritually trying to attack as well as attach themselves to you. So just be mindful, because there's clarity that's coming in. I say this because there's some of you that heard about, oh, well, the old person's getting presented a new person, and you could not realize that your old person is your new person, because they could have talked to somebody while you guys were disconnected. So now that person that they're leaving is their old person, and you're considered the new. So you have to be mindful, okay? Because again, some of you chosen ones are, you understand, you have to be mindful, because some of you chosen ones, again, are assuming, or you're feeling certain projections and you're claiming it as your own. So some of you, you have a past person you was connected to that's going to present themselves as a new individual. Now, if your past is present, your future is absent, meaning that even if it is somebody that you once were connected with, they're going to show changes in their actions. So they could be communicating more than they were before. They could be showing you vulnerable moments of them. They could be showing effort towards you. They could be showing that they're a changed person. And I say this because there's some of you that's like, nah, you'll never take somebody back from the past. Now, if they was beating on you and crazy shit, okay, I understand that. But if this is as far as miscommunication, or if this is assumptions that you had, or if this is where you had certain things that you had to work on too when you were connected to them, some of you chosen ones have to realize that if they want to, they're going to change. And either you're going to benefit from that change that occurs, or somebody else will. But either way, they have the ability to change. There's some of you that still try to hold certain old things on people that no longer represents them. So you could sit there and say they used to be a cheater, but they're not a cheater in the present. Or they used to be this. That would be you speaking spells on them because they're attempting to do something different, but you're not giving them the opportunity to. So make sure that you're not speaking spells on certain people because you feel a certain type of way, because you haven't always been the perfect person, chosen one. Sometimes your communication communication wasn't clear. Sometimes you was the runner and they was the chaser. Sometimes you understand. So just know that certain things, but you may be the person that feel like you can't take that person back. Okay, some things you can't, but there's some of you that you're going to get guided back to a certain person because you're going to realize nobody else was able to come in the way that they wanted to because you still had ties or you was connected to this individual. You could have just been upset with the way or the circumstances at hand, but if these little slight things were changed, then you would be happy pertaining to them. It could have been a few things that you're like, nah, I need, so just be mindful, okay? Because again, that person has the opportunity to change. God's going to give them an opportunity to change their ways. You have to make sure that you're not holding things over them to make them feel like they don't have the opportunity but I say be mindful at this time because temptations are going to be at a rise. So those same people that were getting cut off, they're going to try to come back, and one, they're going to try to lure you or the lure person in with as far as emotions, making them feel bad about choosing them or choosing you, making them feel upset about their decisions while not taking accountability of the things that they were doing. So when they see that doesn't work, then they'll try to come towards you, speaking ill about the person that you want to go to, or they're going to become obsessive where they're stalking you or watching a person. So some of y'all feel paranoia because there's people that are upset that the person is no longer connected to them and they're watching you. So they're riding past your house. Some of them are out here watching your social media as well. They're trying to find reasons on why you wouldn't be with this person. So when they looked at you and realized that there's nothing that they could say pertaining to you, that you're somebody who stays mysterious or in your bubble, or you're somebody that stays the same way no matter where you're around or who you're with, and you're somebody who has love and light and connected to them, high spiritual ranking, these people get upset because they want to find reasons on why that person shouldn't select you or should choose them over you instead. So when they see that they don't have valid reasons, they're going to come to you to try to make you decide not to be with that individual. So be mindful of things that are being said at this time, because there's some people that's mad that they didn't get selected or that they didn't get chose, and they're going to try to come in and ruin it for you. So again, some of them are going to fake pregnancies or attempt to get pregnant when that doesn't work. Some of them was doing magic in order to try to get pregnant. If you use magic to get pregnant, you birth the demon. So either that pregnancy will not survive, they may not survive, or both. You understand? Or whatever the case may be. Or they'll have to settle with their little demon seed. No disrespect, but for real, okay? So there's some people that did love spells to attempt to do this. Some of them chosen ones, they were trying to do spells on a person in their food. So again, I said this is a person that, they seemed like they was loving because they kept trying to feed you. They was trying to do above and beyond to have you select them over other people, and they were doing certain magic. Now you're going to see their life reflected. So these are people that could have acted like they had a great job the whole time. You're about to see they been fired. They fucked around and got fired on their day off on some Craig shit. Some of these individuals, chosen ones, you're going to realize that when, now again, it's either you or the person that was connected to this karmic. They're starting to realize truths about them. So there's certain karmics that got pregnant by other partners and were coming towards your person when that didn't work out with the other person. There's certain people that was trying to set up your divine person to harm them, hurt them, deceive them because they wanted another person. They trying to ruin their reputation. So right now, be mindful. These demons are crazy. So, or they playing crazy. That's what they are, playing crazy. They can play dumb if they want to, but they gonna get booked fucking with you. You understand? So just know there's some people, chosen ones, where they're going to try to come out of the woodwork and say certain lies. Everybody's going to be mad. I'm telling you, a lot of people's going to be mad, either that they didn't block this connection or this reconciliation, or that they didn't stop you from aligning with your true divine person, whether or not that's somebody that you're familiar with or somebody that you're about to be. You understand? Some of these people are mad that at the last opportunity that they got to try to get over on that person, the person seen clarity pertaining to it. So again, some of these people are about to be wilding the hell out. So you're going to see the truth about them. Some of them stalking. Some of them are going to be trying to fight. Some of them are going to be drinking and acting crazy. Again, you may have to call the police on them, chosen one. So if you're a masculine, don't think because you're so rough and tough that you can't get that person locked the fuck up, because guess what? They're going to intentionally try to get you booked because they're mad that you no longer want to be connected to them. So they want to ruin your reputation. They want to ruin your stability. These are people, chosen ones. If you live with them, they upset because you're not renewing the lease. You're telling them that they have to find a place to go. Now they're upset, but that intentionally happened because their intentions was to use you. They wanted to live with you to take advantage of you. They knew that you brought to the table. So these are people that their whole track set, it fell through for them. So these are people who chosen ones that they were doing them. They were being real deceitful behind the scene, but they were acting like they were so loving and caring. They wasn't. They tried to give on illusion. Some of them tried to become you or try to portray themselves like you. Absolutely not. The truth comes out because they break character. So chosen ones, you are you. So therefore, no matter what, you're not going to, there's nothing nobody could say that's going to surprise anybody because you are you at all times. Whereas there's certain people that would try to lie. They try to, again, copycat energy, but they're getting called out for it. So their actions are going to be real hectic at this time, obsessive. So they're going to be stalking. Some of them are going to be drinking, trying to fight you. Some of them are going to try to force you to have a conversation with them. So this is them blocking doors so that you can't leave or tell them to leave. This is them trying to mess with your cars at this time, trying to follow you at this time. There's some of you chosen where you're going to have to call the police on them. So again, stalker energy. There's also people who are going to try to have other people attack you too. So this would be sending other people. They could be using other people's cars to ride past your house. So they could be using other people's accounts to watch your shit. Or they could be, there's a lot of stalking or watching energy. They didn't get selected. So this is like somebody who got their badge deactivated and now they out front of the door trying to fight everybody else's shits that's still in there, right? So absolutely not. They didn't do the work that they were supposed to do. God gave them an opportunity and showed you what you needed to do, and at that point in time you made your decision. All right, so I'll say this: be mindful. Now, again, not everybody chosen ones from the past is somebody that you would be reconnecting with. But there's some of you chosen ones that you are thinking the worst about somebody, and it may not be what it appears to be. Some people chosen ones, sometimes things do sound like a lie. Like, sometimes it does. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes things that get said, you're like, that shit sounds like a lie, but it could really be truthful. So that's why they may lie, because if they tell the truth to you, you feel like it's a lie, and they hear that shit out loud, and they like. So sometimes shows the ones you had to take a step outside of yourself. There's some of you that again feel like somebody was a cheater towards you. Some of it was true, but some of it could have been, y'all may not have been in a connection at that time, or you could have been showing a different sign than that you wanted, whatever the case may be. But some of them, they had to lose you in order to realize that they don't want to take that risk again, right? So again, there's a multiple. That's why I say come to me if you want to know for your specific situation, because that you understand, because sometimes parts is for you and some parts could be for somebody else. All right, now this is also what I need to say. So be mindful of your feelings, because there are certain projections that you're feeling that is not yours. I know that 2025 is everything's aligning, but the last little bit has to get purged out. So the people that didn't get selected, the people who again, their path has changed based upon their choices, things are getting moved around for you. So it may be a little wild or cluttered at first, or seemed a little hectic, but it's all getting cleared out on behalf of you. What is supposed to be is going to be. You understand me? So it's going to be clarity. It's going to be your walking confirmation. Now, let me say this. With that being said, chosen ones, you have to be mindful of the energy that you're sending out right now. And I say this because, one, don't sit there and listen to something and assume it's about you, because you could hear bits and parts that sound like you, but it sounds like the other individual too. It's because people are trying to whip in and out of your energy. Again, if that person that you're connected to, with a person disconnecting from them, if they're in their feelings, they're going to be thinking about you. They're going to bring you in their energy too. So you're going to feel what they're thinking about you or the situation, and you could claim it as yourself. So be mindful, because some of y'all out there sad, mad, thinking somebody chose somebody else over you, and the whole time that's not happening. Behind the scenes, they already are showing you that they're interested, that they made their choice and selection, but they're just finalizing certain decisions. They're just making it concrete. You understand? So there's certain things that you have to be mindful, okay? Because You could be having assumptions. There's people that's mad about you. So if they think about you, they're bringing you in their energy. They're upset. They're mad. They're going to have you question yourself. You're going to feel like you're the person that the person didn't choose. So now you're manifesting that energy and it's working against the person who's trying to move their way towards you. So just be mindful. Don't claim that shit. If you're uncertain, either go to a reader specifically to get a reading. You know you can come to me and I got you, baby. But also, chosen ones, just be patient. Everything's about to play out and clear itself out. Now, with me saying this, do not send any type of negative energy back. And I say this because there's some of you that do return to senders, or you say you return to senders. See, sometimes it's just you saying your intentions is not to send nothing to the individual, but you're like, nah, somebody sending that, send it back. Be mindful, okay? And I say this because you get karma and consequences for returning energy. You decline the energy instead. So instead of saying you return to sender, you say, I decline any negative energy. I decline it. So think about this. If you have a package, chosen ones, right, that you already told the sender that you don't want it. You already said, nah, I didn't live up to the expectations. It ain't something that you wanted or expecting. It don't belong to you, right? See, if that person or that mail courier, they brings it towards you and you say you accept it, and then you call the sender and say, nah, I don't want this back. You take it back. You got to pay for that, right? You got to pay to send it back. Some of them will say, nah, you got it, so you kept it, you accepted it. That's your business, right? Okay, so then you got to pay in order to get that return. So that's like you returning that to sender, saying you return it to sender. You're going to have to pay for whatever's getting sent back, even if, so that's like somebody sending something harsh through the mail. You gonna get booked if you send that shit back to them. It doesn't matter if it's that those wasn't your drugs that got shipped to your house and you was like, you sent it to them. Now guess what? If that gets as far as interjected, now it looks like you had something with it, and you're gonna have karma and consequences until your case is proven, right? So no, chosen ones. This is energetically, you don't return it back to them, you decline it. So if you don't want what they're sending, no thank you. And it has to go back to the person who sent it to you, right? So this is like chosen ones. Is somebody sending you negative? No, thank you. I don't receive it. I receive love, or I reject all the negative intentions. I reject all the, I decline it. That's all you do. And guess what? Now they got to pay to get it back to them. Now they got to see what they're going to do with it, right? That's like somebody telling you to curry something, or they got shit in their hands and you didn't help them 1,000,001 times and they didn't do that shit again. So now they, can you hold? No, if you decline to hold it, they got to hold on to it until they find another place for it to go, right? See, chosen ones, do not return to sender. You keep your energy. Don't match energy. You maintain yours. You decline it. You understand me? Because I'm telling you, chosen ones, there's certain things that are about to be happening to them. So again, the people who was doing magic, there's curses that they're going through. Finances are dwindling. Finances are dwindling. There's people that chose other people over you because that person portrayed to have a good job position. It portrayed like they can assist with them, but that person was cursed energetically. So it was only a time period before things started to get real with them, where things started to decline, and they was going to use that person. So again, somebody could have chose somebody over you because they felt like, that person was selling them a better dream. They felt like they could match the help pay for shit, or help do this. No, they were selling that to get you to go in there. That's like somebody who is doing fraud. They telling you or get you to go in a house with them because they don't have the ability to get the house in their name, in a sense. And what they feel, or you feel they bring it to the table, God's about to strip for them, and it's all about to fall on you. So be mindful. And I say this because there's some people that were trying to use you to get into a place with you because they knew as long as you're there, you're going to make sure that they're there too. There's some people, chosen ones, that they seen that you're a good parent to somebody else. So they wanted to either get you pregnant or wanted to get pregnant by you as well. There's some people that seen you're such a good provider and you're loving, so they wanted to finesse you into being that for them. They didn't deserve the position. They didn't earn the position. They came in here trying to be fraudulent. So everything is not what it appears to be. But I say for you, you're starting to shift. Things are coming through in fruition. If that person chooses the right person, their abundance is going to match it. They get to be blessed because they get to be with you. You understand? So just be mindful. There's some people that chose people over 3D things, and they're starting to realize that shit was an illusion. That was confusion. That wasn't what it appeared to be. Whereas you, now they do right by you, they get blessings. Abundance comes in. Opportunities get presented. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of work that you have to do. That's just to build a momentum. So the same way you riding the bike, sometimes you got to do a little push at first in order for you to catch that momentum. So that's what's about to happen. You're about to have your divine person, and it's not who you may have thought it was, or it could be who you thought it was the whole time and didn't see how it was going to happen, and then it does, right? So just know everybody's situation is different, but things are happening for a reason. When you at the end of the year told God that you're open to what is for you, and I told you to, at that time you ain't have to be too specific, of course, about the type of people that you wanted in your life, the type of thing, but not put a name on who you expected it from, because you needed to know what is ready for you. You needed to know, because again, you could be expecting a new person to have the things that they were supposed to have, or be ready for the position that was getting presented, but they didn't even put the work in. Whereas the past person, they done messed up, and now they done regrew and renewed, or you understand, found out what they needed to do, and now they're going to be there for you. So again, you guys have options, new and love. Sometimes it's not easy to know who's new and who's old, right? Because again, your new love could be somebody that you used to be connected to, but they're new love for you because they're a new person presenting themselves. Also, when you guys were not together, they could have been talking to somebody else as well. So now you're considered new, and the person that they just was with is considered the old person. You understand? Or chosen ones, there's some of you that you're getting called to go back to as far as the old, and it could be your soul, whatever the case may be. So everybody's is different. Again, if you need clarity, this is the time for seers to go to seers, because sometimes you need to see it from a different perspective. Sometimes as seers, you have a lot of other individuals' energy, so you have to make sure that you're taking time for you to clear certain things out from you, so that you're not carrying certain things on you that do not belong to you. You understand me? So some of you chosen ones, again, if you need to know, if you need to disconnect from that person, if this person is a revamped version of them, if this is what you need to do, what's getting presented to you, I got you. But be mindful. This is a really fertile time for you as far as pregnancy, as far as businesses, as far as relationships. This is, all right? So I love you. Oh, thank you, babies. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. But I love you, okay? Now, also, chosen ones, I do ask, if you get an opportunity, go subscribe to my YouTube, just because, again, and it's not just for me, but other people that you like what they're posting as well, just for you, because this is a time to push your purpose on other platforms. So in case TikTok does come to an end, you've already started a new location where another place, right? So this would be chosen ones, say you go from middle school to now you're going to high school, and some of those people from your middle school you're going to see in your new school. So that's like you're going to start to network, basically, all right? Start to align. Things are going to so don't take that as far as specifically, but as far as overall energy, this is like you take it, you're going to have new friends and connections. People that you used to see on this platform, now they're going to be on this platform. Now y'all done came together. Now y'all done collabs. Now y'all done work together. Whatever the case may be. This is that season, okay? So I love you, chosen ones. If you need me, you know how to reach me. You know the links in the bio. Also, I will say this. Tomorrow, you will see the tickets available for all of my in-person events. Now, remember, I'm not going to have a crazy amount of numbers, tickets available, because I like it to be more personable. I like to, even if it's a group setting, I want to make sure that you're getting your individual message, all right? So, excuse me. Just know that, all right? So, with that being said, it's going to be a first come, first serve. I'll definitely have certain deals on the tickets as well. But, babies, we about to be in multiple locations, all right? So I love you. I'm excited. I got so many things aligned for you. Certain things is about to get presented. It's just, you'll see, all right? I love you. Thank you, babies. Oh, Carolina, you already know. So the ones that's automatic that you know, Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, but we didn't extend it certain locations. So I'll be coming to places that you may not have felt like I was going to come. You feel me? So just know that I'm excited, babies. I love you. I'm excited for you. If you need me, you know how to reach me. The link's in my bio. Love you. Thank you, babies. See you. Thank you.